The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
Hello and welcome to another, well, this one's a special edition of Video Games to the Max, actually, our E3 2018 predictions podcast. And, of course, I am your host, Sean Garmer, and here with me, as always, Mr. Marc Morrison.
Howdy.
And joining a special guest this evening, you'll see and hear a lot of him during our E3 live shows and podcasts. Mr. Randy Isbelle.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Always good to have you, sir. And yeah, I mean, I feel like every time I'm gonna go, okay, we can safely make this prediction. Nope, that game's getting announced. So might as well do this before somebody else announces some game, and I'm sure there will be like, we still got all the way till Sunday, really, because EA is the only thing going on Saturday, so I still think you're going to have people announcing things on Saturday. And we'll talk about some of those games that have already been announced. I know Mark is already planning some crazy things with one of the games that got announced. So
yeah, expect me to bug you for that when it comes out.
Yeah. We'll not be surprised about that at all. But, I mean, how are you guys feeling heading into E3? Are you excited about a lot of things? Are you kind of meh? I mean, how are you feeling, Randy?
No, I'm definitely excited. My wallet isn't. And the fact that I'm still playing every game from last year that came out. I just started Horizon, so you can see how far back I am. But I'm always excited to see what's coming out soon and what kind of new ideas developers are working on, even though half the time they're just old ideas redone. But this is always a fun time. It's just to kind of have hope again and then watch it all fade away quickly.
What do you think?
Don't worry. A year from now when you're playing Horizon, or when you're playing God of War, you're going to like that one a lot.
I already played that one. That one kind of jumped the list. I kind of had to play that one.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a little, like, ambivalent, I guess. Like, I'm excited for Spider-Man and that Tetris thing they just announced, and that's kind of about it for me. Like, I think Sony and Nintendo are probably going to be pretty standard, I would say, and Microsoft will be surprising because they have to be.
No,
This is their last year.
Yeah, Sean and I were talking about this before the podcast, and I think it's that way too. I think you get a few surprises here and there from those two, but we're not going to have any like ridiculous blockbusters like we did a few years ago, which is fine because most of those blockbusters that were at Sony's press conference
came out. Unlike
well,
Microsoft.
not even that. No, I'm talking about like Final Fantasy VII remake. Oh yeah, that hasn't come out yet. So I'd rather. Like I've come to respect like the Bethesda press conferences where they're going, everything we show you is going to come out in the next 8 months. I'd rather see that than, hey, there's this game we're working on and you will never see it again.
Well, Sony doesn't really do that. Neither does Nintendo. It's Microsoft. Like I was talking to Sean a few days ago about the Microsoft 2014 press conference. Like almost half the games they announced for that thing like are canceled. Like Scalebound, Fable. The other one, Crackdown 3, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, you can almost say, I'm a Sony guy, but you can almost say that with them too. Again, Final Fantasy VII Remake, we haven't seen it. Dreams, we haven't seen. I know what was the other one? We're still waiting on Shenmue 3 for anything from them. So it's the same for both. So I'd rather just, here are the games that are coming out in the next year. Here's a couple of teasers. Let's go.
We haven't seen Dreams, but people already have for E3. so that's definitely still coming. And Shenmue 3, we're never going to see that.
Yeah, Shenmue 3 is just going to keep getting delayed and delayed, and yeah.
Also, I don't really view that as a Sony game that much.
No, I agree. It just was on their press conference. So I have a quick question because that Tetris thing came out today.
Yes.
I'm very confused by the trailer. Is it just a normal Tetris game? Is it going to be played with all that weird, funky stuff going on?
Well, I imagine it'll be 30. They showed a gameplay, a little of it. It was like 30 stages, and I imagine each stage will have like different effects going on or something like that.
It looked cool, but I just didn't know which part was game, which part was whatever. And that and having it in VR would be interesting with all the stuff that was going on. But
Yo, man, it had the space whale from Child of Eden. I'm in.
Yeah, I know Mark is a huge Tetris fan of anything. You know, he was super hyped for Puyo Puyo Tetris, even though he already had the Japanese version. So, you know, that's the first person I thought of when I saw that announcement. But I do think it's cool. Sony is, instead of doing a pre-show where last year they kind of announced like 5 or 6 things, and there's so many people that do these Twitch, you know, pre-shows or analysis before the show kind of thing, or during the show, like we did, and a lot of people missed it because they didn't even have Twitch on and didn't even know that some of these announcements were going on. So I think Sony just kind of said, well, let's just have each of these things have their own moment, and I think that's even a better idea than doing an hour pre-show where you're having to sit through the fluff to get to some actual announcements.
yeah, exactly. And not to take away from this Tetris game, but it would get lost in the shuffle or get scoffed at if it was on the main show. So give it its own time. That's why I liked the pre-show last year, even though I don't think we watched that one live. I think we were doing our own thing, but going back and watching it, it was a good way to announce a lot of games that if they put it on the main show, either would have been scoffed at because it's, we just want, you know, Death Stranding, or we want The Last of Us, let's go, or whatever. But here they get their own time, they still get announced. I think that we're still going to see a lot of that. It seems like most of the games that they're showing up until the press conference are a lot of VR games, just to say, hey, we're still showing love for VR, but our main show is based on our big 4 hitters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, certainly. They're not gonna. They've made a commitment to VR, and I think it's honorable that they continue to. They're not just dropping it. They're not ignoring it. They're letting you know, hey, we care about this thing. Maybe we don't always give it the total love it deserves or anything, but it's there. So there are a few things before we get into the actual predictions that they haven't been officially announced, but a few like leaks have happened since the last time we did a show. Hitman might have a new game, which is not surprising because that dev did everything to make sure they got to keep the license from Square Enix. It makes sense they would try to make another game.
Yeah. And the last Hitman game was actually good, so that helps.
You think they would go that episodic route again, or it would be a full game?
It was really successful for them, I think. I mean, not compared to what Square wants, but.
Did you have any interest in the Hitman thing?
It's one of those games I still need to get around to. Again, I'm very, very behind on last year and the year before, but I think I know when Hitman was first announced to have episodic gaming, I wasn't into it. I didn't think it was a good idea for that kind of a franchise, but to kind of see how they've done it and see the response from it, I'm pretty sure the second one's going to have episodic gaming because they pulled it off extremely well.
Yeah, it's one of the few companies that actually did.
Well, being a smaller dev too, I think they may need it to be that way so they can make money off of it in the long run, to be able to, you know, afford making, whether it's more Hitman or some other game perhaps that they want to make outside of that series. So
They can make another Mini Ninjas.
I liked Mini Ninjas. I guess nobody else did. So
It's fine. I mean, I think Lego supplanted that, the kid-friendly platformer.
Oh yeah, rather quickly. So plus they had the Lego Ninjago thing themselves. So there's that. Yeah, I mean Lego's got the Incredibles game coming out pretty soon, so they will be back in the conversation quickly. But anyway, let's start what we came here to do, which is do predictions for E3. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not going to guarantee that mine are going to be anything out of this world, because I'm about to pass out almost. So this is my third podcast in like 3 hours. But thankfully we have Randy and Marc to hopefully pick up that slack there. We got to remember there's an extra press conference this year from Square Enix, so there's also that. Perhaps Square Enix has some things that they want to announce that aren't going to be shown at the Sony or even Microsoft press conference for that matter. But yeah, so we're going to do at least 3. You can do more than that if you want for the big 3 press conferences, each of us. And then for the other ones, we'll kind of just do 1 each for each press conference, or if you don't really care about a certain, company, you can just skip that one or whatever you want to do there. It can be game specific, like if you want to see a certain thing, like something more revealed about a certain game. If you just want them to release a game in your favorite franchise again, or just something you think is going to get announced for sure, or just whatever the hell you feel like. It can be not happening at all, but hell, you never know. Some crazy predictions have happened before. So, Randy, start us off where you want to start here.
Which one? We just want to go in order, I guess.
Yeah, so EA is technically first on Saturday. Do you have anything for EA that?
Well, I had Skate down, and now there are a lot of rumors are coming out that that's actually happening. So I'll stick away from that. New Madden comes out. No. How about we get a game trailer and a release date for Unravel 2?
Yeah, I know you like to Unravel 1.
It was very enjoyable, and they have said that they're going to make a sequel for it. So yeah, I think we see that one this year. Unravel 2, because again, Unravel, which again wasn't a masterpiece, but it was gorgeous for the time. I think we could see a second one this year.
Especially with the way that Faye kind of bombed. I think they want to, if they're going to give time to developer on stage for the indie showcase thing. I also think that Faye suffered from the fact that it kind of it got announced and then it just went away and then came back out of nowhere and they're like, oh, it's releasing now. But I think if you're going to give time to a game from an indie, make it something that somewhat recognizable that some people might remember, and you can easily go and find the first one and play it if you want.
Faye also wasn't that good.
That's true. You did have to. You did have that game. I forgot. Marc, do you have anything for EA?
The 2 EA things I have is whoever the CEO of EA is, he just gets on stage and says no more loot boxes / cards.
Man.
And then he says, we're going to do a return to single-player games again.
I doubt that one.
Yeah.
The first one might happen. I could definitely see him, like, they announced something about Battlefield 5, and he goes, it has no loot boxes, by the way, just so they can get some cheap...
No, I mean that for every game, like Madden, FIFA, all that crap.
Oh, no. They will not do away with Ultimate Team.
Well,
that
they might
makes
be.
them way too much money.
But was
They
it,
might.
not only
They might.
does it make them a lot of money, like their Madden championships anymore are all based off of the Madden cards now. It's not teams; it's the teams that you build. So they are
Oh
all
wow,
in
that's
with those
sad
things.
to me. I don't know. That's
Well, no. Here's the thing: they may not want to get rid of it, but they may be legally forced to get rid of it sooner rather than later, or else
of
not selling Madden and FIFA to certain European countries or Europe in general.
well,
I mean,
that might be something different that they decide to do. Like for one,
Matt,
Madden.
well, Madden, they don't care about Madden, but FIFA,
Yeah.
I'm sure that sells in Europe.
Oh no, it certainly does. But maybe they just take them out for those countries or something like that. I don't know. Just it's a touchy thing with EA, but it makes them, I think, like at least over half their income comes from that stuff. So no way are they, and the fans like it and they're used to it. And yeah, you can get into phishing scams for it, but for the most part, until you start seeing that die down or something.
My other two predictions are they'll show another Anthem trailer that will be completely underwhelming, and my hope is they just announce KOTOR 3.
That'd be a big surprise. I think you could have people from EA. You're talking about EA's conference afterwards if that gets announced.
Yeah.
I mean, they've canceled how many Star Wars things now? I feel like you have to almost go tried and true at this point. Like, go with the thing that you know is going to get you attention, and there's going to be enough support behind it that you're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
For me, I'll go along that route, but I don't think it'll be KOTOR 3. I think they'll announce another Star Wars game to add to the realm of Star Wars games.
Connect Star Wars 2. Let's do it.
Go back to the scrap heap of whatever that is happening with that. I'm also like holding out hope still of EA owns the Road Rash license, right?
Yeah, but they'll never do that again.
I'm gonna say we get surprised with that. I want to see it. I want to see it back.
It'd be nice, but they can barely get Burnout, or they can't get Burnout. They can barely get Need for Speed off the ground anymore.
But that's like a different. Like you can do that in such a different way though than like Need for Speed. I think they try to be too cool with it, and I don't think they even know what they want that to be. Yeah.
Need for Speed just needs 2 words: Razor Callahan.
Right. I mean, they can go with a different franchise. I had this written down for a Microsoft idea, but EA could definitely do it because obviously it's their franchise. But I would not be surprised if we see a new NBA Jam game.
That'd be awesome. I want to see that.
It's been a while.
I'd love if they
long.
Last generation, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that game didn't do that well. That was the thing. And I think especially after Blitz came out, they're like, we're kind of done with this.
I mean, it didn't really get all that much attention either. It was kind of something they just released.
Also, that game had like gnarly performance problems at the time.
More reason to make a new one.
Yeah.
I really hope they would do something with like Blitz as well, because I miss that game. If they could actually have it be what it was, somewhat. I know that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sort of pro styled, but
if you're gonna go that route, just make an XFL game.
Well, maybe if the XFL lasts more than a year, maybe 2K will make a XFL 2K or something. Since they already own the WWE license, I'm sure the XFL license won't cost that much. Just make it. Why not? Why not? You think any kind of new franchise at all from EA or another like classic one maybe comes back. Aside from NBA Jam and Road Rash.
Maybe maybe like Red Alert or Command and Conquer or something, but who even knows anymore?
I mean, Microsoft is hitching their wagon a bit to the Age of Empires, so it's not totally out of the realm, but I feel like those are sort of making a resurgence a bit. So, maybe. I could also see that being like a PC gaming show thing, too. Because I feel like that's more that crowd, but...
They'll finally bring back Chuck Yeager's flight trainer.
Oh, God. Okay, I think we're getting way out there at this point. So, is it... Square's on Monday, right? So, it's... Who's on Sunday? Microsoft?
Microsoft, Bethesda are on Sunday.
Okay. I'm not even going to bother with Devolver, because that's just a... Let's laugh at us for like...
Their mock press conference was the greatest thing last year.
They said they actually have games to announce this time, so let's see if that's the case. But so for Microsoft, for me, they're gonna go all guns blazing this time. They have nothing to lose. They need to grab the most attention. They have the biggest souped up console. You got to get people to buy that thing. Gears of War 5. It's getting announced. And they're going to... I'm going to say you're going to be playing a lot more with Marcus than you played in Gears of War 4. Because they know that they need to get people's attention with it.
People like John DiMaggio.
Well, hey, if they're going to do that movie as well, Batista just said that he wants to play Marcus Phoenix, so, why not? Why not? I mean, it would work. If they're going to do the movie, then I think you need to have a more recent game that features Marcus in it. Even if it's not 5 and it's more of a... But I feel like it's got to be 5. It's like... I think that idea floating around of maybe it's not Halo 6, but it's Halo something else. Like, I almost feel like if it's not Halo 6, you might get people necessarily not paying so much attention to it as they would if it was 6. You think we get that too, Randy?
Yeah, I think we get a new Halo game, and that's actually what I put in my predictions. Is that is not numbered.
What do you think for Microsoft, Mark?
My top prediction, which they kind of just alluded to, is, they said Crackdown 3's got delayed till 2019, but I could see them completely pulling like a magic trick and going like, "Oh, we fooled you! It's out right now on Game Pass, or you go buy right now."
To like no one's fanfare.
No, if they did that, it'd get people interested.
No, you say it's out now with Battle Royale mode. Because that's going to... How many games are going to add Battle Royale on E3?
That's the mode that'll come out later.
Yeah, I mean, we already know Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to have it. Was it Call of Duty is going to have it? You think they show that off as well, the Battle Royale for Call of Duty, since there's no mode, no
Maybe,
single player?
I would be scary about that, or I'd be scared about that because it might turn people off.
Why? I mean, Battle Royale's all the rage. I mean, like, everybody's going to want to see all the freaking Battle Royale games that are...
I mean, it's a rage, but it's in specific... Like, every game that has Battle Royale doesn't do well. It's only 2 games.
Yeah.
There's 100 Battle... Like, look at Radical Heights crap on Steam, the Cliffy B game. Like, that just folded.
Yeah, but that doesn't have, Call of Duty behind it. It's not going to...
Yeah.
It's completely different when you have a franchise that...
I think Ori and the Blind Forest 2 gets announced. May not be called exactly that, but
I thought it already was.
well, we get more on it then. We get whether it's an official like subtitle, and like that's going to be part of their showcase. For sure.
It's called Will o' the Wisps. It came out. There was a trailer last year for it.
That's so long ago for me. I'm also like half awake, so.
Now my big Microsoft prediction that would be their big drop the bomb kind of idea, and it's been hinted around in some other predictions, things I've saw, but I think Miyamoto shows up on stage. They announce the connection between Microsoft and Nintendo for Minecraft, so you can connect with your friends there once Nintendo goes online and does all their crap. And Steve is in Smash Brothers.
I can see that. That'd be interesting. Have they done that where they announced a Smash character on another conference before?
No,
and it's never had a Western game have a character in it. It's all been Japanese-based games.
Hey, it could happen.
It will. That's my prediction. It'll happen. Because Microsoft's got to come up with something big. And so far, all we've got are, well, they've went back to Halo and Gears of War. I think they got to come out with something new.
And Miyamoto showed up at the Ubisoft stage last year. It could happen.
My prediction was we were going to get Halo on PC.
Release the Master Chief Collection?
Well, they're still claiming to try to fix that, so yeah.
That's possible.
And the other two guesses I have was new Fable project, because they talked about like staffing up for that a few months ago, and Sunset Overdrive 2.
Really think so? That Insomniac would already be working on that with Spider-Man?
I don't think Insomniac would. I think someone else might. But also, like, at least that, like, I don't think that game sold that well, but at least it was an inventive-looking game. That didn't look like Crackdown 3.
It's sold at least over 1 million, but I don't know what Microsoft wants a new IP to be selling at that point. It's been long enough where it could make a dent.
And I also theorize, like, Game Pass will start including, like, backward compatible games.
You mean like original Xbox?
Or 360.
Yeah. I thought it already included 360 games.
Okay. And then original Xbox. I didn't know it did. I thought it was a new Xbox crap, but...
Yeah, I mean... Like... I feel like that's more on Sony to correct PlayStation Now than Microsoft's doing any more with that. But, I mean, they've really been hitching their wagon to backwards compatibility, so... It's amazing to me. I think it says more about Microsoft's slate of games that they've logged, what was it, like 1 billion hours of backwards compatibility play?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maybe it's because you don't have like that many exclusive games that people want to play on your system. I feel like there's so much Kingdom Hearts stuff that they'll show something off at the Microsoft conference. Because they don't have the other games, but they do have this one. And you got Square's conference, you got Sony's conference, and you got this one. I feel like you'll get a different world or some trailer or something.
I look at that Kingdom Hearts 3 game on 360 or the Xbox as when they put Final Fantasy 13 on the 360. Like, we did it because Microsoft paid us to do it. Like, we didn't really care about it, really.
Well, I remember Final Fantasy 15 showed up at their conference last year. So, it's possible. I just think that they want to really show that this is coming out this year, and it's more done than people think, and here's something else, and here's another world, or here's another character, or whatever, you know. anything else out of? Wait, we got to humor Robert. Conquer gets it.
I actually messaged him earlier, and he just hasn't gotten back to me. But sadly, he's not going to be on our live stuff. So I was hoping that we're going to get what was that stupid character's name?
The Super Lucky's Tale, or
yeah, are we going to get a Lucky 2 just so we can tease everybody with Conquer again? That'd be great.
That was a great running joke of the entire thing last year. Robert, how do you feel about you got a squirrel, but it wasn't Conquer? Do you think Rare Rare did the Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, they announced more crap for that.
Yeah, even though I don't. Were you interested in that at all, Randy? Because
we were I play with a few people that we bounce around different games and try them out and stuff. And when Sea of Thieves was about to come out, we were interested. And then we're like, well, we'll just wait for the release and see how it works. And then literally a week later, we went, all right, so what else are we going to play? Because obviously Sea of Thieves did not open as well as they hoped. I'm not saying that game is dead, because a lot of these kind of games, sometimes it just takes a little while. But I do think that you do see quite a bit of that. We see something at the press conference as far as new content or something that they're trying to fix to try to rejuvenate that before it just dies. But these kind of games tend to have a second and third life, and this is their chance to do it right now.
I think obviously you're going to get more State of Decay 2 stuff with that game having just come out. I remember somebody was making a big deal about, I think Phil Spencer said there's Japanese developers are going to be at this thing. You think we see something from one of them?
Scalebound returns.
We canceled it. It's back, and it's actually progressing. I could see
like Team Ninja out there. I mean, they're not really respectful.
What, for Dead or Alive again?
Or like Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, that would be something that would make me go whoa on the reaction show. If Ninja Gaiden has a new game, I love that series. Can we?
I mean, you say that, but the guy who did Ninja Gaiden left.
I know, but you can still do it.
And the last Ninja Gaiden was a Yaiba, which.
Well, no. Yeah. Let's forget about that existed. I remember From Software was asked about Armored Core, and they said it's not dead. I wonder if Armored Core could show up. That seems like more of a Microsoft thing. Isn't there like a Mech Assault, or didn't they try to bring that back, or some Mech?
You're thinking Mech Warrior.
Okay, Mech Warrior, yeah.
And I actually don't think Armored Core has ever been on. I don't think it ever has been on an Xbox console. I'm trying to think.
It could be now, though, if you want extra money.
That Chrome Hounds 1 was, or the Chrome Hounds game was, but they shut that down also.
Right.
So on to Bethesda.
Right. Yeah, last call for Microsoft, or.
I mean, it's not a prediction; it's foregone. But we'll see a new Forza game too, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's Forza Horizon.
And it's Microsoft, so
whatever this year. Would it be 4?
I don't even know anymore. There's been so many.
Well, now Microsoft's apparently going to buy Playground, so definitely that's going to continue on. Yeah, so Bethesda, the big one is Fallout 76.
Is that your prediction?
No, that's not a prediction. I'm saying the big one that already got revealed is Fallout 76.
It would be a surefire one.
What? I mean, how do you feel about an online survival Fallout game, Randy?
Honestly, I have zero problem with it because I think it's too soon for a full-on new Fallout game. Haley's still playing Fallout 4. She plays that all the time, and she's still finding new stuff to do. And she doesn't play it every day, but she's still hooked to that game. So it's time for an offshoot one. Give it a different try. I like the idea of it being kind of like a Rust, because I remember when that game first came out, that group of buddies I was talking about, we put a ton of hours into that over about a week or two. Obviously, the game's crap, but the idea of it was great. But you put it in the hands of Bethesda, it could be very, very interesting. And so, to me, I want to see it. I have no problem with you taking a franchise like this and doing an offshoot and trying something different.
I'm a little more hesitant because I didn't like Fallout 4 much. So if it's really focused on building and like maintaining a base or something, I want nothing to do with it. But if it has good writing and a good story, then I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I think the idea, like the base building when you're single player, to me, I had no interest in that either. But when you have a group and it's constantly under the idea that it could be under attack and stuff, so you always have to keep coming back. There's different ways I could do it, but no, I definitely get you. I know a lot of diehard Fallout fans, if it's something like this, they might shy away, but again, it's an offshoot, so it's not like when you come out with Fallout 5 that you're going to have lost everybody. They'll come back.
Hopefully.
That's such a big franchise. How many people were pre-ordering it based on the fact that it was called Fallout? And there was people tweeting out that, like, why are you pre-ordering something based on a name and a song or whatever? It's like, well, people love that that franchise. They're gonna get excited about it. I think as long as I trust Bethesda, they know that. I think there's a lot of people that were like Mark that weren't the biggest fans of the game in one way or another, and this is kind of more in right now. Let's take it in a different direction and see what happens. Maybe they can develop 2 offshoots of it. Like Mark said on the podcast last time, they actually got Elder Scrolls Online to become something, and everybody kept laughing about it for a long. I know we did when it got announced. Like, who's gonna give a crap about that? And it's still going. So, anybody want to make the big prediction of Elder Scrolls 6?
I predict that we will see none of it.
None of that?
No. I think maybe like a just a name, or like a image of like the name of it, like Elder Scrolls 6 Stormwind or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
Bethesda on E3 seems to focus on games that are coming out this year. So
they do.
At some point during the year, could we see them tease what the title is? Yeah. But I don't think they do at E3, just, again, from their track record. And again, like you said, Elder Scrolls Online has been doing so well that I'm sure they're going, well, we can wait a little bit.
They usually do one big game and like let you know, okay, it's coming. But yeah, I do agree with you. Most of the rest of it is like their thing will probably be gameplay of Rage 2 for like 20 minutes because they don't have a problem showing you gameplay for like a long ass time. Are you interested in that at all, Randy? Because I know we kind of were.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't played the first one. I think I remember Haley saying that she really liked it, but it's sitting over here on the wall that maybe someday I'll try it out.
And yeah, they'll show stuff from Fallout 76.
My 2 predictions, well, I got one other third one, is Prey DLC, because I never did anything for that, which is kind of weird. And like a Morrowind HD, which is just using Skyrim's engine.
Or a Morrowind like VR maybe, since they were kind of one of the ones to embrace the VR thing.
Well, you could have it in like one package, like They wouldn't have just split it up like they did Skyrim. But the thing I really want from Bethesda is Wet 2 wetter.
I think if that happens, I swear.
If that happens, it's probably king of video games.
Yeah, I think Bethesda wants you to forget that existed.
So I got 2 semi off the wall predictions for this press conference. That would be great. I think we see a new Fallout handheld game like Fallout Shelter. Yeah. I don't know if it's Fallout Shelter 2, but I think in the same vein that it's going to have something to do with Fallout 76, and it's going to come out that night.
Fallout 75 or Fallout Vault or something.
Or just something where you're keeping up with the vault before it opens, or the time before it. Or again, without knowing exactly what Fallout 76 is going to be, it's tough to figure that out. But I do think it's going to be linked in with that game. So I think we get that, and it comes out that night. And then the other one for me, which is, I'll just go a little goofy with it too, but I think they announced a new Doom game. And this Doom is starring Dwayne Johnson.
Huh.
That
was my prediction.
He would not mind redoing Doom. So let's do it in game form.
That's the one thing he hasn't really done is, I mean, yeah, he was in the WWE games, obviously, but that's the one thing he hasn't conquered yet is like, no pun intended there, but is video games. So, like, I think he could do it. I know Greg Miller makes that joke all the time. It's like, I'm waiting for that thing I'm going to say that thing that The Rock's going to be in. But,
right.
it wouldn't totally shock me, but it would still be cool to be like, you're kind of making a joke about the movie, but you're also saying you can redeem himself. He wasn't the problem. It was the terrible script and everything else in it. So, yeah. Yeah.
My hope is the press conference opens up on Mickey Rourke. He does another crappy rap song, and he announces Rogue Warrior 2.
Why?
Because it'd be glorious. That was the best part of that Rogue Warrior 1 is his rap song at the end.
Yeah, that was my deal with Doom 2. So. Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, I think Dishonored, they want to give that a break. So I don't think.
Yeah, those last 2 Dishonored games didn't do too well. So
no, Outsiders came out and it was like a blip. And yeah, no one. I mean, outside of like hardcore fans of Dishonored, I think you didn't get much on that end. I think that sort of does it for Bethesda because...
Yeah. They don't have too many franchises.
So then it's Square, Ubisoft, and Sony. Mm-hmm. So Square's kind of the anomaly. I think for sure, a large part, no doubt, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is getting a nice chunk of...
And I hope that Square learns from what they did before their last press conference. They've taken the last couple years off, right?
Yeah, it's pre-taped this time, so that's a plus already.
Well, that's one. But 2, I really hope that they don't show things anywhere else. Don't give away your big reveals elsewhere. Sure, they could have a presence, like you said, with Kingdom Hearts if they want to show one world at Microsoft or whatever. But if they're going to show a lot of Tomb Raider, only show it at your press conference. If you're going to do the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, do it at your press conference. Don't give it to the other press conferences and then you have nothing for yourself. I remember that's what they did the last few years before they got rid of it for a little bit, was like they had a press conference, but Final Fantasy VII Remake was on Sony's. It was like, give yourself the big reveals. I couldn't understand it.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was also the terrible way they presented it with freaking just a bunch of dudes talking and nothing behind them. I think they were just out of touch.
They were out of touch with how those presentations go now.
Right.
So
And then
hopefully
also
they've
didn't
learned.
help the translator was completely off too. It's, you're sitting there going, all right, what? He's just sitting there going, oh, fuck it, whatever, you know. Yeah, I do think definitely the Kingdom Hearts 3 release date needs to happen at the Square conference. I don't know what else you're gonna have to show for Sony if Microsoft already got a world or whatever it is that, you know, maybe you can show off another world there or show off other characters or another, like one of his Keyblade form things or whatever. But yeah, you've got to get your major thing at the Square conference.
Okay, so Sean, when is the release date?
I think it's December. Somewhere in December. They
See,
released 2.8 in December.
I was thinking that they were going to say something like in October, and it would end up being December. So
Yeah.
That could happen too, yeah.
My
what do you
big
think,
prediction
Mark?
for Square is showing that Avengers game.
Oh, yes.
And see, because at first I had that written down as it was going to be on the Microsoft press conference, but again, I really hope that they leave it for theirs. And yeah, the Avengers game, I'm excited to kind of see what they do with too.
And the other thing I want from Square is a Vagrant Story HD.
That's definitely that's one of the ones I think that's left out there. People want to see that, so I hope so.
Yeah, I would like either that or like a actual like Parasite Eve, like redo that in HD, like, you know, modern version. That'd be cool also. That'd also be less time, like less intensive than Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I would agree on that point. But I think it was like you said, the third game didn't do so hot, so
Yeah, but it's also a PSP game, and it was like really fucked up. So that's why I didn't like. They went too far in the direction of pleasing like their weird Japanese fan base by like having Ai be like a 16-year-old girl and having her be like hypersexual. It's like, get a grip, people. This isn't tentacle porn.
it was also a different time back then too, though. You know, so it was like 99.
Parasite Eve 3?
Yeah, I mean it was like in the 2000s, right?
Or Parasite Eve 1 or Parasite Eve 3?
3.
Okay, that was like 2006.
Okay. Still, you're talking about 12 years from then. At least
No,
Square's
that
a
was
little bit more hip now.
That was 2010.
Oh, 3?
Yeah. The third birthday was 20. That was like late 2010 also. Or 2011 actually for America.
But again, Wes will not be live for these reactions so you cannot have a Parasite Eve review without him. It ruins it.
I think they're going to have another, even though both of them have not done well, you'll have another Tokyo RPG Factory game. I think you'll see more from Project Octopath Traveler there, because usually with Nintendo, they will probably have way bigger stuff to show that they're not going to have time to show something like that.
And that comes out soon, doesn't it?
Yeah, not too. It's in the summer. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen anything from 7 Remake. I'd be shocked if we see something, because they just got way too much. It's changed too much. What they're doing, how are we doing it? Is it episodic? Is it not? Like, they're still trying to figure the hell what that is. So, and we figured out how Final Fantasy 15 got done. They told Nomura to get his ass off the project and do something else. So maybe they might have to take 7 away from Nomura so it actually gets done, because you leave it up to him, it'll be 20 years before the thing gets done anyway.
Do we speaking of, do we see anything from 15 for some of the DLC that they're supposed to still be coming out with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see like the Arden one or the Lunafreya one. I like those stories sort of okay. Have you played any of them at all?
I haven't played any of the DLC, but I was surprised how much I actually liked 15.
I think we're seeing. There's been enough rumors about it. I think we're seeing Just Cause 4.
Yeah, it's pretty much all but confirmed, I think, at this point.
Do you think they're going to make me mad and talk about Life is Strange 2?
It's about that time, right? There's been enough time.
Are we still hanging out with the vampire stuff or whatever?
I think they might, but I mean, they may just have like a name for it or something. But I think they're trying to hype vampire right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they had it come out before E3 for that reason. I think the people that know about that game will have got it by then, or they'll get it this week, and then they can start talking about Life is Strange 2 by then, because it's been enough time between that and the little prequel thing. What else could... I mean, Square, I guess, could surprise with something completely original, or... But, yeah. I don't know what else.
New Mario
remastered
RPG.
Every Final... What?
A new Mario RPG.
That would be nuts if Square got to announce it, because I feel like Nintendo would be...
Or they finally announced that Gino's going to be in the next Smash Brothers.
That'd be cool. I'd like to see him there.
I was thinking Sora might, but
that's a Disney thing.
But I'm going all out on Smash Brothers with the people that I have in that game.
I think I could see maybe a Tactics remaster. I think that's like the only Final Fantasy thing they haven't remastered for their current consoles yet that people would really want.
I could see a Crisis Core on PS4 also.
I think that's about it. I don't know what else they could really... I mean, both their big Western ones are covered here with Tomb Raider and Just Cause. And I think between Kingdom Hearts and something Final Fantasy, I think that takes up most of the rest of their thing. Ubisoft, they already outed... Well, it got outed for them, as per usual. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The game, Mark being a big AC fan.
That has a good story. That'd be nice. That kind of makes a return to some of the form. Like you can actually use the hidden blade in combat would be nice. Or they'll just show. They'll have the usual trailer of like, oh, here are the landmarks you can visit. And is it even Greek or Rome? Which one is it?
It's in ancient Greece.
Okay. So here are all the landmarks you can visit when they look, pristine and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also kind of curious about where this is going to take place in the timeline. Like, will Bayek and Aya be around, or are they already dead, or what's going on? But
yeah, because it's a sort of sequel, right? But not a complete...
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be pretty close to Origins.
Are you worried about them making it further away from what AC used to be at all?
Well, I am, but apparently they don't care about what I think. So, because Origins sold pretty well and reviewed relatively okay compared to the last few. So yeah, I think the AC games of old are gone. But they also mentioned that this was supposed to have more naval combat in it.
Oh, that'd be good, because especially with Skull and Bones getting delayed, you won't get that for a little bit. You just had... You think maybe it's time for Watch Dogs? Was it 3?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. I think it is though. Time for a new Splinter Cell.
Oh yeah, they love announcing their Tom Clancy games. And you already got Division 2 announced. So,
Yeah, I imagine we'll see a lot of that.
do you think it's going to be set in New York still?
Well, what? I think so. Like, I think it'll be like a few years after the plague, and like either New York is abandoned and like even like way more messed up, or they like, rebuilt it, but now another virus hit.
All right. Randy, any?
I think it's in Kansas.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want? I mean, do you want like Old Man Sam Fisher or?
I mean, I don't want to steal it from the Kind of Funny guys, but I love their idea that it's a new character and Sam Fisher's is kind of the veteran guy helping him. I like that idea. It would be really cool.
So sort of the Gears 4 approach then.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think of. I'm not the hugest like Ubisoft person, so.
Well, I'll tell you one that I want to see. It's been a little while. I know they kind of came out with a side game that people didn't really like because it was just kind of a thrown together thing. But I think it's time for a new Trials game. It's been 4 years since Fusion. They just released it for free on PlayStation Plus. I think it's because they're trying to get the name back out there and we get a new full Trials game.
Yeah, I could see that. They'll probably do something with like a Trackmania. Again.
That game is fun.
I never
Maybe
you told me
Quest
you got
Mania
really
fun.
into it.
I liked it. Well, it has changed now that it was free on PlayStation Plus last month, but I was like 17th in my state in that game.
No, what I was going to say is maybe Quest Mania finally comes out.
I'm trying to think of...
I think nothing of Beyond Good and Evil 2 comes out.
Oh, no. You need to have something on
No.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. You have talked nothing about that game. You showed another damn trailer for it last year. Got everybody hyped. Got me hyped.
They showed
Damn.
45 seconds. I'm looking at this thing. They showed 45 seconds of a pre-alpha joke fest in
Well,
May.
there better be freaking gameplay.
It didn't look
this
good.
time.
It's awful. Oh, never coming out.
Don't
I
say
forget
that,
the bet
Randy.
that you and I had, Sean. I need to go back and do it, but I have to win that bet, whatever the hell it was.
I think they show off more of that wild gameplay or game or whatever it was.
Yeah, we haven't heard of that in a while. I feel like that got announced a long time ago, and they show it here and there, and then nothing. You know, it's also been a while for Rayman. You think maybe... Well, he also works on Wild, so probably not. I don't think he can work on both of those at the same time.
Yeah, you can barely work on one game, let alone two.
Steep 2.
Well, they already announced that, I think. Or
Oh. Well, more wasting your time with Steep 2.
I think even more DLC for Mario and Rabbids. They already announced Donkey Kong, but why not more?
Who else
Like
is
there
not
are-
in that game?
Wario,
Oh yeah, Wario and Waluigi.
or have like a Bowser Rabbid on your team.
That'd be great. Just power through everyone. Trying to think of other. They just did Far Cry, so that's not happening, and they already have the DLC for that. Trying to think of other. You'll get some Just Dance 2019 thing. That will probably lead off the conference again with some artist that nobody cares about.
No, they save that for the end.
Well, sometimes they've done it at the beginning, and sometimes they've done it at the end.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that remember that VR game that has like Elijah Wood and somebody else that they announced? Like, was it like last year or 2 E3s ago? I feel like maybe that. I don't know why that just popped in my head randomly. But yeah, it's Ubisoft. That's about it for me.
Yeah, they'll have something weird and it'll be really French. That's about all I know.
All right, so Sony, they pretty much told us what they're going to talk about or focus their major time on. Spider-Man, Death Stranding, Last of Us 2, and what am I forgetting?
The Ghost of
Tsushima.
Yeah.
And we know Days Gone got delayed, so maybe something on that, maybe not. Is there anything you want to see out of Last of Us 2?
a release date.
Yeah. Oh.
That's it.
I think we'll get like
they already have me
release
sold.
windows.
They don't have to show me another trailer of that game. I just need to know when I'm playing it. I'm a Naughty Boy fanboy through and through. So, or Naughty Dog, I mean. But whenever it comes out, I'm buying it. So just give me when. And I'm saying May of 2019 is when.
My question for that game is who you're going to play as. Like, are you going to play as Ellie or Joel or someone else?
Yes. All of the above.
I feel like
Because they showed that trailer last year where it was a whole different group. I think it bounces around a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's like looking at the past or then go into the future or perhaps. I think this is where you'll get the Cyberpunk 2077. Is that Sony? So we'll get a trailer for that.
I hope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they said they're going to be there, right? So they got to show that off at one of these things. What else?
I actually see that game probably being at the PC press conference, even though that's going to be like useless for everyone.
I mean, it would be a big reason to watch that, but you could also just watch the trailer 2 minutes later on YouTube.
The PC show could have like a new Diablo thing too.
I doubt that Blizzard would. I could see Blizzard going on one of the console shows before going on that PC gaming show and announcing Diablo.
No, they would announce Diablo at BlizzCon.
Yeah, that's true too. Unless they were planning on having it on console and PC at the same time or something. Then maybe.
There's too many conferences anymore. Takes all the fun out.
The one thing I would really want from Sony is Tokyo Jungle 2.
That's way out there, but you know what?
I'm not being sarcastic or joking. Like, I really won't want that game.
I could see that in like the indie sizzle reel that they do. What
or
about
just do Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, we haven't.
I think we might see Katamari show up on the Switch. That was on my Nintendo predictions.
What about Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yep, I have that on mine. I think we finally see it. I think it comes out in January, just like Resident Evil 7 did. But my big, I would lose my shit moment is if they went, okay, we waited long enough. It's no longer just Resident Evil 2. We're calling it Resident Evil Raccoon City Chronicles, and we've remade 2 and 3 into one game.
That'd be nuts, because we've seen nothing about 3 at all.
Yeah, that'd be a project, let's just say that.
Not really. That was 3 was a side project, and it was based around the same area, so. And 2 and 3 are not big games.
3 kind of is. Like, it's much more of an open game than 2 was. 2, you're literally locked in the police station for 95% of the game.
Yeah, and you're in a few streets and stuff in 3, but I mean they could do it pretty easily, I think.
The way Capcom
they
loves to absolutely
I'm just saying,
make you pay.
I'm not predicting it. I would just lose my shit. I'm predicting Resident Evil 2 remake will finally come out though.
I mean, yeah, it would be a really cool surprise. The way that Capcom loves to make you pay for their old stuff, they're definitely going to make that its own game. Just maybe it comes out as a collection later on, but you know.
I think we see what Blue Point's working on. Now that they're messing around with Last Guardian.
Oh, you mean like a new thing from Blue Point?
Yeah. I again will steal this one from Kind of Funny just because I want it to happen. But I think Blue Point is making a new Siphon Filter game.
That would be cool to see that come back. I feel like the one surprise that Sony could pull is... Oh, wait. No, that was... Okay. Well, I don't know if it would go against the Ghost of Tsushima or whatever, but I feel like the one surprise Sony could pull is like a Bloodborne 2.
We're going to see something from Software. I don't know if it's going to be a full-on deal, but...
I just feel like they know people really want that, so...
Oh, yeah, and they had that tease at the Game Awards of all places, but...
You think we get anything concrete out of Death Stranding, or is it more Kojima weirdness?
I pray to God that we still do not see gameplay. I just want another messed up trailer.
We're going to get Kojima weirdness 2 months after the game's already out.
More like crazy baby stuff again.
I just want a messed up. That's all. No, don't show gameplay until the game's out. That would be the best. Hey, the game's coming out at this date. Here's another trailer that shows absolutely nonsense.
We still don't even know how this game plays.
And it'll be a visual novel / dating simulator.
At this point, with Kojima, anything is possible.
It's great.
It somehow still has stealth mechanics.
Well, yeah.
Is there
I have down here, because it had a lot of success, maybe a new Crash game gets announced.
I can see that.
I can see more.
I predicted Crash getting announced, but one of those get hype kind of just crazy moments because, again, this trilogy's coming out. Why not we just combine Crash and Spyro and have them in the same game?
Well, being a team game?
Yeah, why not? Again, not predicting that at all, but...
I see more details on that Medieval remake or reboot or whatever they're doing with that.
I still don't get why they're doing that series.
That was a good series. Medieval 1 was fun.
There's other series you can do before that. But I also put in here one of those... PlayStation has such a great backlog, and obviously backwards compatibility has not been something that they care about or anything. But they've been putting those PlayStation 2 games on the store here and there and adding trophies to them and all that.
And
but I think
on PlayStation Now as well.
Yeah, but what I think that they do, what I would hope they would do, is take their PlayStation Plus, which you can still get 2 free PlayStation 3 games for some reason, and I've just stopped downloading them at this point. But I
Right.
think you get one classic game a month, where you'll get a PlayStation 2 game that they put onto the store every month.
It'd be nice, but I see them doing the other tact and really kicking their backward compatibility stuff in the ass. Like the PS2 games and PS4, like putting 10 of those out, a month or something like that.
Well, I think that's how a way to sell it is. Okay, here's one free a month, but we're really going to build up that PlayStation Now store and offer you more and make that service.
No, I don't mean PlayStation Now. I mean like their backward compatible, I got like Rogue Legacy Rogue Galaxy on PS4. It's a PS2 game, but it's not streaming. I just have it because they re-released it on
you
PS4.
can get them both ways, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just this is their way of going. Okay, we have thousands of these games, and now they have trophy support, and they have this kind of stuff, and so on and so forth. We're gonna focus on the past a little bit more than we have been for you guys, and I think giving out one free a month helps kind of get the word out for it too. Again, I don't think it would happen because Sony has never cared for that kind of stuff, but it would be nice. Really the only thing I ever play on my Vita anymore is old PlayStation 1 classics. So
You think they would maybe do the Microsoft thing and let you download your games with PlayStation Now?
Well, because I think they need the streaming option. I mean, that's what everyone wants, but no, I don't think that they can figure it out.
is it still laggy?
I think it's gotten somewhat better, but
I just remember the only time I've ever tried PlayStation Now was when they had their beta out before it was fully released, and it was impossible for me to play games.
Well, I think now with internet speeds improving and everything, and them having all that time to make it better, it's probably a bit better, but I mean, I don't ever really hear people talking about PlayStation Now at all anyway, so.
yeah.
So I just want classics. And speaking of classics, and maybe it'll be one of those games they announced on the week prior, but how about let's get Parappa in VR?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of those games that can work.
It'd be nice, but considering how they did Parappa on PS4, never gonna happen.
Again, just because it sucked before, and it probably would suck again, doesn't mean
No, I mean, like they ran that Parappa game on basically a PS Vita emulator for PS4.
Yeah, it wasn't a true PS4.
Yeah, they didn't rebuild that game or anything. They just ran it on an emulator and like made it like a new like texture pack, and that was it.
Gotta sell the money.
I'm assuming the Patapon games are probably like that too.
And that Lumines game coming out.
And Loco Rocos and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, Sony has so many things they can. I really feel like the Crash game, whether it's Crash Team Racing or just a new Crash game, I think that's going to be like Randy's thing, that's going to be a thing. Because they know that the collection did so well. The jury's still out on the Spyro thing, if that's going to do as well or not, but...
my prediction, no, it won't.
No.
Just Crash is better than Spyro. That's all you can say.
Oh, no, well,
there is one game that we have not brought up that could fit here, or Microsoft. Do we see a new Borderlands game?
I feel like they're sort of hinting that that's not going to get shown.
Yeah, there were rumors they were going to show it, but I think like 2K yanked it. And now there are rumors that they're going to like redo Borderlands 1 for PS4 and Xbox One and PC inexplicably.
Oh, who's going to get the Red Dead Redemption big gameplay thing?
Nobody gets Red Dead.
Sony.
You think Sony?
Devolver Digital gets it.
That would be nuts. Like, we have nothing to do with Devolver Digital, but hey, why not? And somebody's gonna... Oh, well, Sony might waste time with frickin' that Destiny 2 expansion. I hope not, but as much as they publicize Destiny, I could see it.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody wastes time with the Call of Duty Battle Royale thing, but somebody might do it.
Oh, you know you're going to see Call of Duty somewhere. It's like seeing Madden at EA.
Well, that's different, though. Like, EA owns Madden. They have to, because they need something to kill 20 minutes in their press conference. But Sony legitimately has so much stuff they could get away with not showing crap from.
Yeah, I honestly think that's a Microsoft thing.
I'm really excited for more Ghost of Tsushima, honestly. I really want to see a lot more of that game. What it's based around is really interesting to me, so I want more of that. Plus it's, oh damn it, the studio, can't think of it right now. The infamous studio. Nobody has it on their timeline.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch, yeah.
Sucker Punch, yeah. I don't know. We could probably go on for a while for Sony. So
yeah, but they're the most like kind of random. So
all right, and then of course Nintendo on Tuesday by itself. Metroid Prime 4 gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
How many Smash Brothers characters do you think get?
90.
I was going to say 100, so a lot.
No, I think they released a bunch of Smash Bros. Characters, but I hope they do some pruning of that roster because.
No, it's going to be bigger.
I've heard that they were going to make it smaller.
Well, my concern with the roster is they have a lot of. I'm thinking of like Melee and the Brawl, but they just have characters that aren't needed. Like you don't need P2 and then Pikachu, or you don't need Falco and Fox, or even Star Wolf. You just need like Fox is fine, or Pikachu's fine. You don't need carbon copies.
I would disagree that you don't need Falco and Fox.
What's the difference between them? One has a shield that can go out like a yo-yo, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they only introduced that in like Brawl, so.
Hey, you got to prune a couple to get all these new guys that are going to come in.
Yeah, because you got the Squid, the Splatoon kids. I don't think we're gonna get Cloud again.
No, I don't think we're gonna get any of those old guest characters. Maybe Bayonetta, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. Especially because people like to use her in the tournaments and stuff now. Any, I know, Randy, you said you had a few.
Yeah. They probably, most of them won't, but it would be very cool. Obviously, Steve from Minecraft, I think, is probably the front runner. I know the Crash trilogy is coming to Nintendo, so seeing Crash in Smash Brothers would be great. Again, I talked about the partnership between Nintendo and Microsoft, so maybe Banjo-Kazooie makes a return to Nintendo, and Banjo makes it into Smash. All right.
Maybe Master Chief.
Master Chief. I mean, Master Chief seems like the obvious one that Microsoft would send over, but I don't know. The other ones are more cartoony, and I think they would work better in that format.
I mean, they had Solid Snake, so
I agree.
You both are crazy if you think Master Chief or Banjo are going to be in that fucking game.
You
would have said the same thing if you thought Solid Snake was going to be in the game, or Cloud, or
yeah, but they aren't owned
Sonic.
by a competitor.
Well, Sega basically was like, "Please, Nintendo, take our characters so that they have life again." before they
like,
bought
it's not
Atlas. So
I mean, Solid Snake in the game is surprising, but it's not Konami was making the other console fighting for dollars at the time.
no, I think Crash definitely that could happen.
I think
I
Crash
don't.
could be good, yeah, but
So why do you think Steve from Minecraft is possible, but the other two aren't? That's Microsoft owned.
Because
they wanna
they're
get-
sharing that with Nintendo already.
and they earn money like wherever that thing is.
Yeah, and they can earn money the other way.
But like, if there was Master Chief on Nintendo, that would like break the internet and break Halo fandom forever.
Oh, I think the
I
Halo
think the Master
the
Chief
Halo
Collection is
fanboys they'll get butthurt, but
Yeah, and
I
they
mean,
need them.
you know what, they're gonna get hurt, and then they're gonna go sit there and buy Smash Brothers and play Master Chief in Smash Brothers. That's what they're gonna do. Come on now, you know that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna get butthurt, but they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, Master Chief! Yeah." I mean, I know I am. I love Master Chief, so give me some Master Chief in Smash Brothers. That'd be awesome. I mean, he kind of like Samus, so I don't know. You know, I don't know how much difference.
One that we're not saying that I'm pretty sure is a lock is we're gonna get rabbits in that thing.
Oh yeah, or
yeah.
Rayman.
Or Rayman.
Yeah,
but the rabbit's a little bit more popular, so.
Fuck that. We'll
but
get
how
Sam,
do you do
we'll
like? What do you have,
we'll
like
get Sam-
4 rabbits together?
No, just one.
Just one? Okay. And what does it do?
We'll get,
just jump all over the wall?
yeah.
Right.
We'll get Sam Fisher in that game.
Is the Splinter Cell game gonna come to Switch?
No.
Okay. It might come like later, I guess, but.
Or we'll get some like cartoony assassin.
Yeah. Trying to think of any like crazy character that I don't know. They've had so many in the past now that I can't.
That's the problem. Also, is Nintendo's honestly tapped their well for characters. Like they have to get characters because what other like they may have like an ARMS character in it. That's about it.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna get ARMS.
Get Mike Tyson from Punch Out.
They could get one of the Xenoblade 2 characters, whether it's Rex or Rex and Pyra together or something like that. I could see that. Maybe like Chun-Li or something instead of Ryu. Or just get Ryu again. Since, Capcom's willing to just, hey, here's our characters, whatever. There's probably going to be some that we're not thinking about, and I'm sure they're going to have a buttload of DLC, so there's also that too. That's also why I think people were talking about they might trim the roster so they can do more DLC, but, hey, if you're going to release that online service, why not? Do you think we get anything else on the online service, or is that pretty much set?
I think you get that in the summer.
I think we get like a new controller revision with like a headphone jack built into it or something.
Yeah, because they have talked about redoing the Joy-Cons, right?
And having like a good D-pad.
Yes, that would be severely needed. But I use the why can't I think of it right now? The freaking Pro controller. So
I actually see another version of the Switch being announced.
No. When Miyamoto said he wants that thing, I think they're waiting at least another year before they do that.
I don't
think
mean
next
an upgrade.
year.
I just mean another version of it. Like it might be like a tad smaller or something like that, or a tad bigger, or But the internals are going to be relatively the same. But there's also the problem of the Switch hacking is going on right now that they might want to nip in the bud.
Can you see that, Randy? Of them already having another SKU of the Switch?
At this point, nothing surprises me as far as new versions of systems.
Like,
it seemed like Xbox and PlayStation had a new one every other month.
I'm not talking like it'll be like the Switch Pro or Switch, 4K. It'll just be like a very slight hardware revision, like the DSi to DSi Lite or something, or DSi to DSi or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I think we get at least a trailer for the Pokemon 2019 game. I think they have to show something.
I don't know. Not right after they showed what they're going to do for the Switch. I think they spread that out a little bit.
Well, I feel like they announced that because people would have not... Like, the hardcore fans are going to tune into the Direct more than the casual fans. So, I don't know, that's just my... Maybe it doesn't happen at all.
Again, that's the problem with trying to predict Nintendo's, because they have so many Directs throughout the year that it's tough to know which Direct they're going to do it at.
Yeah, because they've had Pokemon Directs before, so... Mm-hmm.
They're just going to spend 45 minutes on Pokemon Snap 2. Time is now.
You know what? I'm not hating on that at all.
Everyone wants
Snap 2.
I think a foregone conclusion is you get Fortnite on it. On the Switch.
Yeah, Fortnite's going to take a little time.
Yeah, that image got shopped shown, and I think that and Dragon Ball FighterZ for sure.
Well, I think one of the rumors was that there's going to be as many Fortnite demo things as Mario Tennis or whatever. So there's going to be on the floor Fortnite for them to play.
Could you see a Fortnite guy on Smash Brothers?
Yeah. I mean, it's that big that they're getting sued, so why not, right. Nintendo?
All right. Do we think we see the N64 Classic?
That would be the time to announce it, I think, right?
I think, yeah, but my question is more about like the logistics of it. Like, what does it look like? Or what is it, like the system, like the specs of the system?
I think it comes with 2 controllers, and they make extra controllers for you to have the 4. I don't think they can come out. I don't think it can come with all 4.
The SNES came with 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But also the SNES only had 2 controller ports. Like the N64 had 4.
I think Sean's right. I think it comes with 2. And you can get others.
I
don't know if you could package it with 4.
No, but like, I guess my concern is like, where do you plug them in? Like, would it all be in the front, or would like the other side of it open up to? It's like, here are the other 2 controller ports, or for you, or something like that. Or do you need like an adapter, like plug this into controller port 2 for like the other 3 players?
Well, they're gonna try to make it as simple as possible, because remember, you're trying to get people that are not hardcore gamers into this thing. So,
but a lot of people are gonna buy this one because this is the N64 is like time wise. This is all your college kids now.
It'll just have
up on this stuff, or just getting out of college. This is the system that they grew up on.
It'll just have no games with four player support.
Well, I think it's got to have Mario Kart. So,
honestly, the other big hurdle with the N64 Classic is more than the SNES or even NES is what games do you put in that thing.
I think you can get a good 20.
Well, Super Mario 64.
All the Nintendo games for sure.
Yeah, the Kirby, the 2 Zeldas.
Yeah. Then what else?
Star Fox. Yeah, that's the problem, right? But I mean, also how many games? Because remember, these games are more expensive now, and they're bigger. So, are you talking about like 15 games?
Again, I mean, they would have to obviously make a deal with Microsoft now, but you can get the Banjo games on there and all the different Rare games. So I'm sure.
Well, Donkey Kong, you had to have the expansion pack, so.
So did Zelda.
Both of them?
No, I think Zelda. I want to say Majora's Mask did it.
Okay.
I think you needed it for parts of it.
Yeah.
Just like Perfect Dark, you could was it multiplayer? You had to have it, but you could play it single player without.
No, single
was it the
player
other
you
way?
needed it. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the other way? Okay. I knew it was one or the other. You needed it, and then the other one
Yeah.
was fine. But
You think Nintendo would try to figure out something about GoldenEye, or would they just go, "Oh, we can get Perfect Dark"? And
no, I'd go Perfect Dark. I'm sorry, GoldenEye fans. That game has not aged.
Well,
No.
you saw the 360 version, right?
I have not seen it at all.
I don't think I ever played it.
No, it didn't come out. But Rare is making it 360. It wasn't Rare. I think it was a Digital Extreme or something. They made a 360 version of GoldenEye. To go like, here, and it had even like the new graphics versus old graphics setting, but it didn't come out because Nintendo said no.
Oh,
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it looked cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rack my brain. Is like if they wanted to have 4-player, like you could have Gauntlet, and
Who owns Gauntlet nowadays?
Activision,
Warner Brothers.
Warner
I was
Brothers?
trying to remember because
Okay.
I just played that newer Gauntlet game like a year or two ago. But
Yeah, it's Midway, so I think it's Warner Brothers now.
Yeah. There's.
Yep.
E3 would be the time to announce because people that are not big gamers are watching it. So, but I could also see them just do a direct and randomly go, "Oh, here's the N64 Classic." So,
yeah, like I said, that's the toughest thing. Do you think we get I still haven't tried the thing because, well, my son doesn't watch this, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm getting him the cardboard thing for his birthday.
Oh, the
Labo.
Labo.
Do you think they come out with another Labo expansion? Do you guys know how well that sold?
I've not heard anything about that after it came out. Like,
Yeah, I don't think it sold that well
nobody
at all.
posts about that. Nobody says anything about it. I've never heard people complaining about the robot. It takes forever to build.
Yeah, I'm not buying the robot one. That's for damn sure. At least not right now.
Yeah, buy the variety one. That's better.
Yeah,
I
but
Also,
yeah,
I
that's
heard
what we're getting for his birthday next month.
I heard the game, like both games weren't just not that good. Like the variety one's better.
But again, but with what that was just kind of a test. So
yeah, it's like a tech.
maybe
demo.
it's a little too soon for an expansion, but maybe we see that.
I mean, it depends on what Nintendo wants to do, right? If this is supposed to be the hardcore gamers showcase, then no, that's a thing you can. You can like reveal how much it sold, and go, "Oh, okay, here's another expansion," or whatever. Like I don't know that unless it's something you do like 2 or 3 minutes on. I don't know that you want to spend a lot of time on that. I think there's more Odyssey DLC. I think that rumor about maybe you play as Luigi or Wario or whatever might actually be true.
Nice to give another world. That'd be cool.
I don't know that. I mean, I guess they could do something else with Breath of the Wild, but
No, I think they're kind of done with that.
yeah. I feel like a lot of their focus will be Smash. Oh, the Star Fox Grand Prix thing gets revealed.
Yeah,
Great.
I've been hearing a lot about that, but
Can't wait.
Yeah, Mark's like, great. I'm still mad we can't get F-Zero. We can get Star Fox Grand Prix.
well, maybe that's what it'll be called. Star Fox Grand Prix F-Zero something.
And Captain Falcon gets to guest or whatever.
Do we see Animal Crossing?
Yes. I feel like it's... And I also feel like Animal Crossing could be something they just announce randomly.
Yeah, I don't think we see it on this one, but I got another one that just only because obviously a lot of people like this game, but again, it came out last year, so I never got around to even touching it, but the Switch would be perfect for it. What do you think about Persona 5 getting ported?
I would I think I'd definitely be really well with them getting the other Shin Megami Tensei game. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they like to split the game, like the series up into, Nintendo gets like Shin Megami Tensei, that franchise. Sony gets Persona. Microsoft gets nothing because they don't deserve it.
That's true.
So I mean, I doubt it.
Yeah, we'll get something on Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I see
that
them
game.
announcing-
It's just, to me, that game scares me to get into because I don't have time for these kind of RPGs. So to have it handheld would be perfect.
I see like
my
I feel like a PC version Persona 5. Honestly, prefer that.
well, my computer's not handheld.
Get one.
Get a super powered laptop.
Right.
Yeah, I just can't. That'd be so crazy. I could see them maybe if they're still stuck on the. I mean, this is me wishing because I really like that game. Oh God, what the hell is it called? The thing that's like Persona, but it's not, and it came out on the Wii U. The Sharp FE thing. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That's what it is.
The one that they merged with Fire Emblem or whatever?
Well, no. It was supposed to be, and then they took the Fire Emblem stuff out.
Oh, did they?
Oh, that's another one. We're going to get something on the Fire Emblem for Switch game. That's also coming out for 3DS, but no one cares about that.
Do we get a Mario Party game yet?
Didn't they already have one out? Like come out
No,
this
not
year?
with Mario Tennis being there.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
no,
think
the
so.
Mario Party game that came out was for the 3DS for some stupid reason, and it had the 100 best mini games. But for some reason, it came out on the 3DS. Like, it was a really good idea, but it came out on the wrong system.
I can't think of 10 good Mario Party mini games, let alone 100.
You, sir, shut your mouth. I can't think of 10 good mini games in like the last 4 or 5 iterations,
Yeah.
but they had some good ones early on.
Early on, yeah. When it was like really. Oh, well, that would be on the 64 one, Mario Party 1.
Yeah, I think Mario Party would be on there.
Yeah.
At least one of them. Not the first one, because the first one kills your hand, and they had to come out with the glove.
I'm trying to think of something else that they. Oh, well, Yoshi and Kirby will get names and something. I mean, maybe not.
Kirby's
again,
already come
those
out, right?
They just announced them. Like,
I thought Kirby. What Kirby game just came out?
oh, that was the 5-star, whatever the hell, Star Allies. But no, there was a Kirby like solo game announced way back, and then a Yoshi that kind of looked like a port of the Wii U Yoshi. So there's that as well, and then Captain Toad Treasure Tracker basically already has everything, right? It's just they're waiting for it to come out. The second one.
I'd be down for that.
So
I like the first one.
I thought that game was just going to be like a remake, or not even a remake, just a part of this Wii U version.
it's like they added extra levels and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but-
They added what, Odyssey levels? Or
Yeah,
something?
Odyssey levels, and I think you can play co-op now as well. Yeah. I mean, Nintendo could seriously do a heck of a lot of stuff. So that's the one that like it depends because like Sony, they do so many directs throughout the year that it's like all these things that we're saying, oh, they won't do on this show, they could do them on this show, and then all the crap that we're saying they'll do,
Yeah.
they do it on the.
Yeah, they could all do them later, and that. No Mother 4. That's my prediction. Feel pretty safe about it.
Yeah, I'll agree with that completely on that. But yeah, I think anything that like you really, really want to see on the Switch that maybe no way, but you never know.
The only obvious thing is Mario Maker, but you just can't do it because of the touchscreen controls.
There's touchscreen controls on the Switch.
good touchscreen controls.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
Also, most people have their Switch docked all the time, so what touchscreen at that point?
I like playing it portable. But I get it. Like, if you're not going out too many places, then yeah. No, well, I think that's going to do it for us. So we gave you predictions for all the conferences that matter. I mean, Devolver's probably going to just make fun of themselves again, and PC Gaming Show might have something.
It'll be a glorified ad for AMD.
Yeah, maybe not either. So, yeah, look forward to all those press conferences. Of course, we will be doing live reactions as well as podcasts. So, if you don't like getting on YouTube and watching live reactions, or you have your favorites, we will have our analysis of each conference afterwards in podcast form on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, Video Games to the Max, or subscribe to W2 Network, and you get everything we do. And Randy has a new YouTube show that he's starting pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna go live on Facebook too, so we can hopefully get some interaction from people. But Robert Taylor and I are going to do what we're calling the Gamers Dozen, where it's a debate show where we rank things basically, and our first one will be on Friday, where we will be ranking the most memorable E3 moments, because that's just the most trendy thing right now. So both good and bad, we will be talking about it on Friday.
As long as you don't talk about the Sega Saturn, then you're good.
It's on the list, sir.
Okay.
That classic
Again,
moment.
good and bad.
Well, yeah, definitely want to go check out the Gamers Dozen. That's going to be awesome. If you've ever heard Randy and Robert on a podcast, and if you haven't, you need to, because those two are hilarious, combative, and joking with each other. It's
kind of. I'm disappointed. Wes had some things come up. He was going to be our producer, and I think half of the show was going to just be us going after Wes the whole time, which would have been great. It would be great entertainment. But we'll have to hold off on that until he gets his stuff together and is able to rejoin us. But Robert and I do clash quite a bit in a good way. And the one day that we will come back for an N64 top 10 and go after it for Conquer, blood could be shed, and we live thousands of miles away.
You'll see blood splatter on the screen. It'll happen. But all right, until Saturday with EA Play, and for God's sakes, EA, please make it entertaining this time. We'll see you guys then.
Later.
Later.